You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sitting Down with the Sisters. We are the sisters and we are your hosts. I'm Temi.
I'm Ayo.
And I'm Ashley.
Hi. Welcome back.
Hiya.
So I was gonna let it go, but I'm just gonna be quick. Yeah, like you see the TikTok video that's going viral. That's fine, it can go viral, but guys, don't misunderstand me. Everyone thinking that I never thought men had feelings of whatever reason, please watch the full video before you come at me. Do not come at me. I don't want it. Thanks.
Thank you.
And actually listen to comprehend. Don't just listen for the sake of listening so you have something to say.
If you've only watched 10 seconds of a video, don't comment. Thank you very much. Also, I have a disclaimer to make. Some of you are trying to associate me with a story that does not have anything to do with me. In the clip that has gone viral of me, I'm talking about how I didn't listen when a guy said he wasn't ready for a relationship. That does not mean that we were having sex. That doesn't mean anything. It just literally means he said that and I didn't listen. If you didn't get that from that video, that's your personal problem, and don't project your thoughts and stories onto my life.
And guys, don't post our video without asking permission.
Thank you. All right.
We love you, bye.
That's copyright. So
Yeah. All right.
We just thought we'd put that out there very
you.
quickly. You guys are probably thinking, oh, they've come again.
No,
they're here to tell us off again and just, point out the bad things people are doing on the internet. You're absolutely right. That's what we've come to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And just a quick one. Thank you guys for everyone that's subscribed, that's following us, that's just been following our journey. We really appreciate you.
We appreciate it.
And those that aren't, we leave you to God, really.
Don't worry, you're going to come around.
But just let's get straight into it. Mm-hmm. So this episode is sort of just like a general chat, really. Mm-hmm. I'm sure when this goes live we'll already have a title, but I can't even think of a title to call this, but we'll go with the flow anyway. I just want to address some things that's been on the internet recently. I've been on and off Twitter, but a lot of the information and the sources I'm finding these things on Instagram, right? And it's just about I can't imagine how many times we've spoken about this. It's literally all just about social media. Literally, it's about social media and just where people find the confidence, where people find the audacity, where people find the courage to just talk about strangers that they do not know in real life or they could never speak to or step up to in real life. Right. We have the keyboard warriors, we have the people that have so much badness to say about other people and their children. But when it comes to real life, you'll probably kiki with if they're a celebrity, you probably try to get a picture or photo with them. It's like you forget that they're human beings and they've got a heart and they bleed just like you, but because it's the internet, we're gonna go here and we're gonna talk and say so many things. Right. So what I've been seeing recently that I'm just not a fan of, really, and I know there are two sides to the story because at the end of the day I can see both sides, is just a situation that's going on with Krept and Sasha and Nala. For those of you that don't know, Krept is a rapper from the UK and he was in a relationship with a woman called Sasha. She's an influencer from the UK, and I think they it's probably extra details, but I think they have Jamaican heritage, like they originate from Jamaica, whatever. And they both they had a baby together. They've separated, they're not together anymore, but they're co-parenting, and their child's name is Nala. So they've recently, I think it was on Monday, that they've released information, and I think it's really good news actually, about their daughter. Shout out to them, honestly. They've released like a what is it called, like a baby brand, a skincare baby brand in Nala's name. It's basically her business. Nala's really baby. It's called Nala's Baby. You can Google it. It looks amazing with all the like nudes, and it just looks really nice. It's just baby skincare basically, and they've done a phenomenal job because I've been following it a little bit, like the ingredients that they use and just how they've catered it and packaged it and just everything.
Rated 0 because of their cleanliness, like how clean the products are.
Honestly,
no harmful ingredients,
and just the demand's really high. They've found a gap in the market and they've taken great advantage of it. It's just to emphasize how successful this business will be when it launches. You can find it in
how
Boots.
Beautiful the concept is.
Right, you can find it in Boots, Superdrug, So it's not the first time their names have come up. I don't know if we've spoken about it before. They've come up before, with other issues, especially with Twitter Spaces and just people giving their undivided opinion that no one cares about their family or whatnot. So just to be quick with this one, so when they've released the statement or this information about the launch of the business, we've just been, of course we get a majority that are happy for them and saying they'll support, asking questions or whatnot, but we have been getting a few comments and, you know, some hate naturally. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when people are thriving, you will get a few
haters
blocking the roads, haters. So what do you guys think of this? We spoke about it briefly, but obviously we're on the pod now, so we can either repeat or add more to what we've said. So there are a few people that have found old tweets of Krept, the rapper, talking about black women. So I don't know if everyone remembers, but it was a phase in 2020 during lockdown where certain tweets were found from a lot of, you know, social media influencers now. I don't know if they were at the time, but loads of vile things about black women, dark-skinned women were found. So for some reason, this has resurfaced about Krept. And basically, long story short, as black women, we're being told not to support Nala's baby skincare brand. So what do you guys, sorry, it's long, isn't it?
No, but it's the context is needed because not everyone is on
to understand.
I wasn't aware of this before, like you guys told me about this today. I did not know that was going on. I just saw the announcement of the brand. I didn't know there was all this negativity attached to it. The context was phenomenal.
I only actually saw the negative comments on it yesterday, so that's why I thought maybe it would be interesting to talk about, because throughout the week I haven't seen positivity, I'm not gonna lie. So just yesterday, I don't know, and it's usually Twitter, I've come on Twitter yesterday just to scroll through, see what's happening, and I've seen that and I thought, you know that meme of Jerry coming in and coming back out of the house? That was me. I want to go in and come back out because I'm not, it's a lot of negativity, you know. I can't handle it. But yeah, what do you guys think of it?
Do you want to go first?
I think it's malicious. I think that's the only word I can think of. To go out of your way when you see someone announce good news or successful news, because he's not the only person that's happened to, you know, we'll mention the other person like afterwards, Nella Rose. To see someone announce good news and your first response is to go and source out negative tweets, like to go out of your way to find old negative tweets or just old things that they've done that obviously is hurtful and bad. That's not to excuse it, what he said, but to go out of your way to find it, to diminish or to take away from the greatness of what he's done and what they've accomplished for their daughter.
Generational wealth.
Exactly, generational wealth, because that's what we talk about right on Twitter, building generational wealth.
I thought we wanted
building generational wealth. But it's only
like being first in the family to do this, being first in family to be successful, to be a millionaire. That's what they're doing.
But we're the first ones to tear someone down
within our own community.
Why is that always the case? Always us. What's going on?
And when we say us, we don't mean black people. We just mean us as in that community of people. It's like there's a certain community. I don't want to call us urban. I hate that word, but that is that community. There's a certain demographic of people, and you know yourselves. For me, similar.
For me,
wickedness. To me, I think it's extremely wicked, and I'm convinced, that there are people that dedicate their lives to doing this.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because as soon as anybody, it can literally be anybody, releases positive news, there is somebody that has news for us. There's somebody with the daily paper for that day to tell us, oh, but do you know what they did in 2012? They're already ready, because I'm convinced that this is somebody's job description. I'm convinced.
So obviously, my thing is facts. Absolutely. What I don't get about this, at the end of the day, I don't want to say I'm all for it, but I get it. I get it. I get calling out people for their wrongs. I absolutely get that. I understand why people do it, because you have to hold people accountable. But my thing is now when it's being called out at the exact same period
that they're doing well, when
positive vibes should be oozing from certain news. Like this has just recently happened on Monday. Why wasn't the tweets released 3 weeks ago? Why wasn't the tweets released a year ago? Why wasn't the tweets released 3 months ago?
If you're so worried about it.
And someone made a point about that on Twitter saying, oh guys, why is it that when we hear good news, I don't remember exact word for word, but I just remember a quote tweet just saying something like, "Oh, but he's specifically asking for black women support and black women." Basically there was a Twitter space. I didn't go into the space, but I saw Krept was in the space.
Right.
So I don't know what they were talking about, but maybe he had mentioned support from black people, maybe or
who
black.
knows?
I don't know. I can't because it seemed very specific. It seemed very specific. That girl that was saying, "Oh, but he specifically asked for black women to support the brand, so that is why we're directing it to when he was talking about black women, so we can't now support you because of the things you've previously said about us."
Sorry, can I the last time I checked, the products are going to be in Boots, and the last time I also checked, Boots is not black owned. Boots is not only black people that shop in Boots, so I don't know personally. I feel like, okay, let me say this just candidly, innit? Personally, I actually just think some people are just genuinely miserable. You're miserable. You're very, very sad. When people are happy, you want to be sad. And you know what? If you want to be sad, you can be. None of us can control what you want to do. But please stop projecting, because it's actually very draining to be around such people. It's very, very, very embarrassing to know that there's people that delight in the downfall of other people. We've said it before. We'll say it again. I don't know why anybody doing well would make you look at yourself. Well, actually, I know why, because obviously
they're not happy.
You're not happy, but why do you think that that's something you should even be proud of and come on the internet and profess and express so loudly? And
my thing as well is it just doesn't stop there, because you know when you get the you talk about, obviously we're talking about Krept in this scenario. You talk about Krept and the tweets, and that's the thing, it will never stop there. You will always get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or thousands of other people that will take it a tad bit too far. So we've then seen the exaggerated tweets and just other things being said, not just about Krept, but they've extended it to his daughter. And there was a tweet talking about, oh, this is why, when you talk about black women, this is why something happens. I'm not going to say what it is, because it's just we're not going to repeat it, because and it's just, it doesn't make me feel good saying that. But all I'm going to say is there were some hateful comments towards his daughter, and his daughter, I think it's 2. She's going to be 2, just for context. I don't know what she's done to you personally. I don't know how she's been brought into the situation, because I can understand holding people responsible, because Krept has tweeted whatever he's tweeted. They didn't put a gun to his head when he said that, whatever, cool. You've now extended it to his daughter that doesn't even know anything about life. It's hate. It's just bitter. It's not nice. It's disgusting. It's vile. Like,
when did we get to the point where we're so comfortable talking about people you don't? First of all, okay, you're talking. If it's a thing, is adults talking about adults. You're talking about a child, and you're an adult. A child.
Do you know how unwell you have to be mentally to speak on other people's kids?
Speaking about kids is so off limit, that it just, I don't know, it just brings something out of me. But I don't know if this is even a good mentality to have, because like I said, talking about kids full stop is wrong, but me personally, I can't even, I don't even have children yet. The fear of that alone is enough for me, because Lord knows what my kids are gonna look like. Lord knows anything that's gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that I don't have mine to then be talking bad about someone else's child is reckless.
It's interesting.
Don't get it twisted. Just to point out, it's not as if now when I have my kids I can then start. It's not rightful. But I'm just saying the fear of God.
There's a reverence.
Yeah.
There's a respect.
Yeah.
That everyone should have to know that kids are off limits. You don't speak about anybody's kids.
You don't speak about
anyone's kids, parent. Just address the person that you're directing. Address the person.
And this is how I know.
Talk about the person.
A lot of it is just driven by hate, because you're not actually angry at the fact that he tweeted those things. And I'll tell you why you're not angry. Because if you were genuinely angry about just that, then your argument would be about just that. Right. You're angry just in general, because a lot of the cancel culture stuff is never because you're angry about what they've done. A lot of you don't give a heck about people's previous. You don't care. You've never cared. The thing is, you've
done
cared.
It so it can go viral. You've done it so people can hate the same way you hate, just to project more on other people, so then they can copy and follow. You've done it to see the downfall of them, because maybe you're not making it in life yourself, or you're not doing what you need to be doing, but other people are thriving, and you just hate it. You just think, how can I bring them down today?
I'm so glad glad you touched on that, because you said something earlier, Temi, where you said how obviously you understand like the other side, because you people want to hold other people accountable. If I'm honest with you, I don't get it anymore. I think the holding people accountable thing is BS. It's absolute BS, because first of all, who are you that you need to hold other people accountable? You don't even hold yourself accountable,
number one.
Secondly, this whole, you want to hold people accountable, you want to hold people to a certain
They haven't asked you
Holding
to.
someone accountable is, yes, calling them out for the rubbish that they've done, but also giving them the space to grow and to move on from that.
Right.
Some of you don't want to give Krept that space. You want blood.
Because you're perfect.
Crucify
We
them.
didn't know they were perfect.
You're now bringing in his children. That's not holding someone accountable.
Also,
you're being vile, you're being malicious, you're being ugly.
On purpose.
And also, last time I checked, to hold somebody accountable, you should have a personal relationship with them.
That part. Why do you feel so comfortable? Some of you, you're not even calling out the friends in your own group that are doing rubbish, but you're calling out a celebrity, someone that you don't even know. How does that make sense? You're doing thesis on the Twitter. Oh, this is what,
yeah.
And this is
A whole dissertation.
It's driven by hate, because this is not the first time, obviously, that some people have
received
called
hate.
out they've received hate. The other stuff,
With the nursery
fees, when they broke up, and someone did a thesis of Sasha saying how she should have never been with Krept to begin with. Jobless. You're jobless.
No, and do you know what's so funny? There's certain people on the internet that there's so many people that just don't want to see them succeed. There's a certain group of them that I think it's a lot of them, to be fair. I think it's just there's a crabs in a barrel mentality where nobody wants to see anybody. You want them to be maybe with you. So let me speak directly about Nella Rose's one. You were happy when she was making videos in Leicester in the kitchen. Now that she's now got catfish,
presenting
that
what
one,
BBC.
it's too much.
What are people saying now? They brought the tweets back up.
Oh yeah. Somebody was talking about it today.
Tweets that she's already apologized for, she's already addressed.
Taking accountability.
What more do you want her to do? You want her to address it again?
It's blood that you want. And sorry, nobody's blood will spill for you. I'm sorry. Please go back to the process.
My thing is just, it's just unfortunate, because these people are in the public eye. Do you know what I mean? You yourself, because you're not in the public eye and you do these things and no one sees them, you think you're now better, and you think, no one's going to hold me accountable, so why not throw at other people? Because literally, why don't you cast the first stone if you haven't done anything crazy? Like, you might as well, because do you know what it is? You know that joke people made on Twitter, I didn't know we all earning over 10k a day. It's the same thing. I didn't know we were all
perfect.
I didn't know we've all been cleansed from sin forever. I didn't know
we've never sinned before.
I didn't know we've never sinned before. I didn't know we're doing holier than thou.
It's actually not.
If I had known we're doing holier than thou, I would have brought my fresh white garment.
Actually,
what?
It's very
I have
sad.
fresh white garment. I'll just iron it and wear it. I didn't know that's what we were doing.
That's why I said the whole holding people accountable thing is BS, because some of you are wearing brands that have been racist towards your own people.
Right.
They've contributed to a system that is very degrading, but it's Krept and Sasha way. It's the problem.
And
it's Nella that's
do you know what it is?
But it's not the Gucci that you're wearing.
You're not consistent.
It's not it's not PLT that you're still wearing that is paying people less than minimum wage. That's not where your anger is, but it's towards Krept and Nala and Sasha. Are you all right?
Very good question.
Very good point.
Why
actually.
is it? Why? Because if you're gonna go by that argument, put it all across the board.
Right.
The food you're eating, the clothes you're wearing,
Are you
the jewelry that you're wearing.
You're coming at Krept for saying comments about dark-skinned women, but you yourself in your group chat, you're calling black women monkeys to this day.
But because nobody is seeing it, that's fine.
Yeah. The makeup brand you're wearing that didn't speak up during Black Lives Matter, you're still wearing it. But it's Krept and Sasha. That's
but
the problem.
it's your DP that you're using to tweet people about Krept and Sasha. We clicked on your profile. It's the foundation you're wearing on your face.
Like, it's very, because for me,
weird.
it's crazy. Like, that's why what you said is so facts. You're trying to hold people accountable, but you yourself, you're not an accountable person.
You don't hold yourself accountable.
You've never had an accountable bone in your body.
That's it.
And a lot of the things, a lot of you lot, it's fake outrage.
Yes, that's what it is.
Because for me, I care about a lot of stuff. And if, say, something comes out that is very outraging for me, if I ever talk about it on social media, I'm only addressing the situation. It has nothing to do with the person. It has, because obviously it depends on the situation, but I'm saying I attack the problem. You lot stay attacking people. You want people,
That part.
and then next minute it's be kind.
This is why I said, you see why that word keyboard warrior is important, because
powerful.
it's the fact that it's the screen that you're talking to. That's why you lot, let me tell you something, that's why you lot have so much lip. That's why you have so much badness stirring inside your head. You know that TikTok video where they type into the screen? That's what you lot are doing. And do you know what it is as well? Like, I will pay for it. I've said it. I'll be the first person. I will pay to see half of you that tweet that stuff to go and say it to these people's face. I'll pay to watch it. Because guess what? You can't do it.
Do you know what's so
You
crazy?
can't do it. That badness in you does not exist in real life, because you will get banged in the face.
You know what you're saying?
And I can't wait to see.
You're saying you'll pay for it to happen. First of all, they're not even in the same space that Krept and Sasha are in.
They will never meet them.
You'll never come across them.
And even if you do, you can't chat to them because, like I said, you will get banged in the face.
Do you know what's also
and this is not this. Sorry. Just to quickly add to what I'm saying as well. Fair enough, this conversation is about Krept and Sasha and celebrities, but just normal people as well across the board.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I was gonna
Becky
say.
down the road. You see me? I can't chat about Becky down the road, because if Becky sees me and she bangs me,
what am I gonna do?
I can't do nothing, because I was chatting bad about Becky. I need to be able to fight back. If you can't fight
Back
and
it
this is
up.
what you want to be doing, I'm sorry for you, because when they catch you on the streets,
You're gonna be stuttering.
on the
No, but think about it. Imagine if someone comes up to you,
I feel like, are you lot-
is this you? Like you said,
are
this.
you guys
You're not what you were
forgetting?
saying.
Are you guys forgetting these are real people? Is that what it is?
that's what I
You
wanted
think
to
they're
touch
all
on.
robots that we're all
That's what I wanted
typing
to
or
touch
what?
on, because we're talking about Krept and Sasha, but this happens to everybody, and that's why I wanted to bring, like, okay, influencers. I don't classify them as they're different. They're still humans. And somebody that had a recent scandal was Uche Notori, where she talked about clean girl makeup.
Oh, yeah,
and then
I
it went
remember that.
viral because basically some people felt like her comments were very self-hating.
That one I didn't
vibes.
understand
And for me,
as well.
even if you didn't agree with what she had to say, you didn't have to be vile to that extent.
Well,
And that's
people
why
were vile.
They were
Oh,
horrible.
see.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
can't lie, I saw
saying.
some
And
of the
then
comments.
she today she put on her Instagram story, and this is why I said I feel sorry for people like Krept, I feel sorry for people like Sasha, and I feel sorry for Uche in this situation, where there are so many people on social media that will come in your comments, will come in your DMs, telling you to kill yourself, telling you to do like a magnitude of horrible things. But when they see you on the street, they'll hug you and want to take a picture. Do you know how scary that is? Like, if you deep that, this person has maybe dedicated a whole page to hating you online, but because obviously their face is not attached to that page,
That's usually the case.
Exactly. When they see you at an event, when they see you anywhere, they run up to you and they're like, "Oh, Uche, I loved your
very
last makeup
shameless.
tutorial. Oh, I loved what
That's
you did
scary,
with,
though, because
with
you don't know who
benefit."
it is.
You don't even know who it is. So
And do
these
you know-
times you'll probably be nice back.
yeah, of course. And do you know how many influencers have had horrible things happen to them because of situations like that? Because obviously they don't know who these people are.
Guys, look within your hearts.
How does that give you the right? And that's. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because who are you? You've said what you've needed to say on Twitter. You've then gone on a whole nother app. You've said on Instagram. You've then gone on another app
TikTok.
to say it again. How many times are you gonna say it?
And it's
Like, have your opinion, but like, and you're doing it from 9 p.m. all the way till the next day.
yeah, of course.
Is that not joblessness?
It's a full-time job for people. Running hate pages is a full-time job.
And when you get banged in the face, they'll say someone's being violent.
Well, I feel like
Look within your hearts. Dig deep.
Search within.
Dig deep. A lot of us are still finding what God's purpose is for our lives. That's what we should focus on. No, facts. Let's focus on what our purpose is in this life.
Yeah, let's focus-
leave other people with their own purposes and focus on your own purpose.
She's right though, because if we spent more time actually seeking God, we wouldn't have time to be speaking rubbish in other people's
the
lives.
Bible literally tells us
because
to
you're
take the-
laughing as if I've said the wrong.
You said it right. The Bible literally tells us to take the plank out of our own eye before we go and talk about the speck in somebody else's eye. But some of us were too busy. You're busy.
There's something living. There's something growing here. in the
Here, you
corner.
can't see. And do you know why the Bible says plank? That plank distorts your vision. If you have a plank in your eye, how can you even see properly? You can't.
Some of you,
You're not rational anymore.
You can't.
It's hurting here, right here.
It's bleeding.
some of you has had the same New Year's resolution from 2015.
Right. I'm logging out.
You're still chasing that, and it's crap. Don't get it twisted. What I'm saying is, yeah, we all have work to do.
Of course.
Because
And
I
that's
don't.
what she's
Do you know what it
saying.
is?
But let's
Like, let
commence
me
the
not
work.
Do the work.
do the work.
start it.
You're
You've
meant to
had that
start your
same
new job.
resolution.
You're supposed to start your new job in 2018. It's 2022. You haven't signed a contract.
That that New
Hallelujah.
Year's resolution, you've had it. And not to say, oh, it's easy to get things done. We're not saying that, but focus on your craft.
Some of you, you're getting fired job after job after job. You don't know how to keep a job because you're putting all your energy to social media. Let's get away from social media and start the work in your real life.
Some of you, it's not jobs you're getting fired at. You're getting fired at friendships. You're moving from one friendship to another. Last week it was Becky and Keisha's lot. This time it's Emily and someone else.
And Sandy.
Next week will be another friendship, but you haven't been in a steady friendship for
You're not
years.
consistent.
But it's Sasha and Krept that your focus is on.
Your life is rocky. Things are not going well.
You're making poor decision after poor decision.
But
you're being a poor
But it's
decision
Krept
maker.
and Sasha that are trying to build generational wealth for their daughter. That's your main concern.
Let's go back to the drawing board.
Look
Yeah.
within your hearts,
Let's do the work.
please.
Yeah. That's all I have.
If you know what your purpose is in this life, if God has told you what your purpose is, comment down below. Because if you don't comment, you have work to do. Stop focusing on people.
She said
Stop
it though.
focusing. If you know the Lord inside and out, comment down below. Teach me, because I want to learn. And if you have nothing to say, you have work to do.
Clean our hearts, O Lord.
Lord,
Purify.
Search our hearts, O Lord.
and
Clean our
renew the
minds.
righteous spirit within me. That's all I have.
Clean it.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Next
It's
time,
dirty.
guys, if we're doing holier than thou, please, I don't want to miss the memo. I have white garment. I will bring it if that's what we want to do. Pretending. No, honestly, I will bring my white garment because I really don't
Can you
understand.
say it? Let her know what the vibe is.
Because I want to keep up
Bring
too.
me in. Yeah,
I want to
bring me
keep
in.
up.
Bring me in. I'll be
Because 1 minute is
pretending.
this. Because 1 minute it's what's it called? Be kind. The next minute is Krept.
You
What vibe
lot,
are we
no, I'm
going-
telling you, Temmie, they don't care. You lot do not give a heck.
Fake outrage.
Because
Fake.
when what's her name? Caroline committed suicide. If you see how the way the internet was screaming, be kind, you would think it's not the same internet today that are talking about people. You wouldn't know.
Talking
You
about
think it's a
drama.
completely different world.
Well, it's the same people.
Anyway,
And aren't you ashamed that if people were to scroll through your tweets, you don't look like somebody that has a one-way system of thinking? Anyway, we will get back to you next week. Thank you. Because I'm genuinely worried about the state of the world.
no, the way we're leaving this episode, I'm so upset.
I'm genuinely worried about
I've
the
got
state of the
nothing
world.
else to say.
I'm genuinely worried. There's no human
It's
love. There's no
scary.
compassion. There's no kindness in the world anymore. And we need
The world
to
is callous.
callous,
at
and we
the
need to
moment.
reload it because Jesus called us to love. Okay.
Please, guys, we don't want to end the episode like this again, where Temmie is no longer facing the camera. Please. What? Do we need to get on our knees? Because we will get on our knees.
I'm not getting on my knees for no one. Listen, just do right by people. Do right by yourselves, please. I'm begging you.
All right.
She's come back.
Okay.
I'm not coming. I'm looking away.
Right. And that's it, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.